This video is a general overview of how to use Hospital Hub for the state of Florida, including hospitals in and around the Pinellas County area. In this video, we will learn how to log in, review the general layout of Hospital Hub, including your incident screen, and demonstrate how to view and print records. Additionally, we will review the rights of an administrator, including changing default or system views for your users, navigating to Report Writer, learning how to use Help University, and how to manage your users.
All right. So this is Hospital Hub, and this will be a quick tutorial for both users and admin who are logging into the Image Trend Hospital Hub for the state of Florida. Here it is a URL. So for those that we've recently added and created, you've got this URL available. And then this would be your kind of home page, landing page. So we'll log in here. I'm going to log in with my person. If you do forget your password, when you log in, there's a link for it. And what it will do is it will send a link to the individual who is logging in. It'll send them a link to their email address listed in their user profile, and it'll allow them to update or change their password in their profile. The first screen here you see is a privacy statement. It just says there's PHI that's traveled between Elite and Hospital Hub, that we've done our part to keep it secure, and you have to do your part to keep it secure. Once you say okay, then we'll actually be taken into our Hospital Hub loading screen. And so we're going to work today through our demo site, or our Image Trend Medical Center demo facility that is connected to Pinellas County. And so when we log in, here is our home page for Hospital Hub. So just kind of walking through the layout, you have the Image Trend Hospital Hub. I can click on this anytime, and it's kind of a home button for me anywhere I'm at throughout Hospital Hub to bring me back to this landing page. You see the list of incidents that we currently have listed for patients that were brought to or from Elite had a destination marked of Image Trend Medical Center. So what you'll see when you log into your facility is you will see that this will have, your facility's name, and then you'll have the list of patients who have been brought to your facility or who have been marked as your facility as a destination, and that crew has sent that information to you. Just looking at the columns here, you also see here we can go to squares. So it's just a different view of those incidents or those patients that were brought to us, right? Or are en route to us. Here from the squares, you see you do have the action buttons available under each report, or if we are back under the listing of the agencies, those same action buttons also remain here on this black taskbar on the right hand side. As we go through the black taskbar, you see, here. So this is a percentage of the completeness of that incident, the incident number, the date it was created, what service or agency is bringing it to you, arrival date, the patient's name, patient's date of birth. We can do actions, but we have to select an incident first. So I picked John Doe here. The print function and the view are both going to give us the same look of the incident. It's a PDF view or a printable version of that PCR as it sits with us now. Cancel that. I did click the print button, but you see it's just a PDF view. And so here is the information as it was entered into Elite. And we can scroll through here to see that entirety of that report. The same thing with view, it just doesn't bring up the print screen. Attachments, so if I want to view any attachments to this PCR, you see this one doesn't have any, so we don't have any records with it. Outcome data allows the facility to manually enter outcome data related. If this patient name, date of birth match any other patient records to your facility that came out of Elite, you would see a list of those incidents there. And then a log is just an audit history of where this incident came from. It was an Elite field, went to Elite Web or ImageTrend Elite itself, and then it came to here to Hospital Hub. So the action buttons, your view here that we're looking at, you can change this if you wish. This is our default view or deploy view. Admins, you have the ability to create different views for your facility. If you go under settings, we come here and this is where you can create your own new view for seeing those incidents. So you're going to click add new, and then it will bring you to the screen where you can name it. You can add filters. So the arrival date range is hard coded built in. You see the current columns that are on the view. You can add others. So if you wanted chief complaint, if you wanted impression, if you wanted EMS unit, etc., you can just highlight those columns or highlight those that information and bring it over. Do note both filters and columns are limited to 10 each. And so once you get to 11, it won't let you. Also, depending on how many columns you have and how much information is in those columns, it could skew that view that we look at. You can also set it as your default view for your facility. You can the layout, so the list versus the squares or tiles, and then you can sort based upon arrival date or date entered. As we sit here, you're also going to notice every so often this page is going to refresh to look for any new incidents. And so when you're logged in, it may every couple minutes just kind of turn blue, or you get the spinning wheel where it's thinking, all right, is there any new incidents that pop up on our list here? If you have access to multiple facilities, then you will see the list of facilities here. So my test person only has access to our demo agency. But if you have access to, say, multiple facilities within a system, you would be able to see that there. You could do that drop down and change the facility that we want to see those incidents on. Now, reports, this is for you admins. This is Report Writer. So this is our internal reporting system that you can pull information out about your facility. So you'll only be able to pull information that you have access to. So once again, if I create a report, it's going to be just for this ImageTrend Medical Center. I can write reports based upon my agency. So that's my facility or ImageTrend Medical Center. And I can pull specific columns here, just like we had for that view. I can pull the column and then write a report. The other item you have access to is users. So any users you for that facility, you can write reports that way. With Report Writer, just because it can be kind of overwhelming and there is a lot to it, I'm going to refer you to the help section here under more. And this is going to be our university. So university for both users and for admins. This is your online reference to everything about Resource Bridge, which is also Hospital Hub. With university, not only do you have access to reference material you can read, but there are videos, and I highly recommend going in here to these videos and watching them, right? Especially agency summary as you look at report writer, because you'll want to see how to write reports. But come in here, watch these videos done by our education team to walk you through this. The other piece here on the left-hand column is my agency and agencies. So say we'll go to dashboard, right? Just looking at what do I have available in Hospital Hub. To come back, university here is just kind of a home button back to this main screen here. The other thing with Hospital Hub is you do have the search button. So if you don't want to just click through and try and find, you can use the search function. So say we look at report writer, we can search report, go to transactional reports, and this is how you can create and save your report. I go back to our hub here. The other thing here across the blue tab, so Hospital Hub, this is another home button here to your patient list. Here, if you have access to your agency, under the blue column or the blue row here, you can look at the summary of the agency. So this is just a home screen of sorts. I can look at the setup, and this is for admins, but I can look at the setup. So the overview, you know, the name of it, the agency ID, these are all in. But if there's anything else that you would need to change or could change, you'll have this ability. Location is your address or any other location information that you have for that facility. And once you go through, set this, always make sure to save your work, finishing, making those changes. You can also look at the staff, so users. So this is staff that are assigned to our Image Trend Medical Center. So we've got, 7 or 8 people here. You will notice their permissions. So whether they're a user or a local admin. Local admin is a admin for your facility or your agency. A hospital user just has fewer permissions than that local admin person. When for admins, as new staff come on board or staff leave, you can adjust this. And this is where you will add new staff to your facilities. If I click add staff, it takes us to the user page where I can require his first name, last name, and email address. And then you can put in the rest of the information as you see fit. We'll save and continue. This person's account information, so username, password. If you want to force a password change on login, so that's each time they log in, not just the first time that you log into Hospital Hub, it will ask you to reset your password. You see, they will already be assigned to the primary agency of the hospital that you're working in. You can assign their permission group, so user or admin, and then you would want them to be considered staff and then active. For any user, we can also click this little person icon. This takes us to our account page, right? So me as Roger Testman, I can come in here, edit my demographics. So if I want to add my address, phones, pagers, etc., I can add these. if I have permission to edit permissions, I can do that through here, edit permissions. And then the last thing with Hospital Hub for this onboard training is once we're done working in Hospital Hub, if I'm leaving for the day, if I'm leaving for shift, all that, I just want to make sure that I log myself out. Through the logout function, it does ask me if I'm sure. I click OK, and it takes me back to my home screen.